When you open up about your struggles, it's unfortunate but true that some might find joy in your pain or even worsen your situation through their actions. This tendency towards envy and sadism is, sadly, not uncommon and can be a roadblock in your personal and professional life, whether it's at your workplace, among friends, or even within your family. Thus, the art of concealing your vulnerabilities can actually turn into a strength. Picture yourself as a steadfast tree amidst a raging storm. While the leaves tremble and branches dance, the trunk stands unshaken, deeply anchored in the ground. This image represents the quiet resilience we aim to cultivate in this discussion. We'll explore how exhibiting strength, not by being unaffected by life's trials, but by choosing not to let them overwhelm you, shapes you into a master of your destiny, resilient and calm in the whirlwind of life. In this video, drawing from the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, along with the poetic insights of Hafez and Rumi, we're uncovering 11 empowering principles. These principles aren't just philosophical concepts. They're practical tools for personal growth, resilience, and finding serenity amidst chaos. We invite you to a journey of self-discovery where true strength is drawn not from the clamor of turmoil, but from the quiet light that guides our path. So, for the next few moments, set aside life's distractions and join us as we embark on this enlightening exploration. Let's begin. Principle 1. Mastering perception and reaction is a principle that delves deep into the heart of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us the power of our own minds in shaping our experiences and reactions to life's events. This concept finds its roots in the teachings of some of the most influential Stoic philosophers. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This statement emphasizes the idea that we can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we perceive and react to these events. It's about understanding that our reactions are a product of our thoughts and beliefs, and by changing these, we can change our experience of life. Similarly, Seneca, another prominent Stoic thinker, highlighted the importance of our internal responses to external events. He believed that our emotions and disturbances are often self-created. According to Seneca, we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. This insight teaches us that by mastering our perceptions, we can reduce unnecessary suffering and increase our ability to cope with challenges. Epictetus, a Greek Stoic philosopher, takes this idea further by stating, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This reinforces the concept that our power lies not in changing the events of life, but in adjusting our attitude towards them. By focusing on our internal reactions and attitudes, we can maintain our tranquility and resilience in the face of adversity. From a more poetic perspective, the Persian poets Hafez and Rumi also echoed similar sentiments. Rumi once said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." This poetic expression aligns with Stoic principles by suggesting that our challenges and hardships can be openings for growth and enlightenment if we perceive and react to them correctly. In the modern context, this principle is supported by various psychological approaches, including cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which emphasizes the importance of recognizing and changing maladaptive thoughts and beliefs to alter emotional responses and behaviors. This scientific backing further solidifies the timeless relevance of mastering perception and reaction. In essence, mastering perception and reaction is about developing a mindful awareness of our thoughts and choosing our responses wisely. It teaches us that by changing our perceptions, we can transform our experiences, leading to a more peaceful and empowered life. This principle, deeply rooted in ancient wisdom and supported by modern psychology, offers a powerful tool for personal growth and resilience. Principle 2, the art of humble listening and learning, encapsulates a fundamental aspect of Stoicism and broader wisdom traditions, emphasizing the importance of being open and receptive to the world around us. The Stoics, including philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, placed great emphasis on the virtue of humility in learning and the power of listening. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the importance of learning from others, regardless of their status or position. He believed that everyone had something to teach, and by listening humbly, one could gain wisdom from any source. This perspective encourages us to set aside our ego and preconceptions, opening ourselves to the lessons life offers through various channels. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, echoed this sentiment. He advocated for the value of listening as a pathway to wisdom. In his writings, he advised that one should listen more than they speak, suggesting that true learning comes from absorbing the knowledge and experiences of others, not just from expressing one's own thoughts. Epictetus, known for his practical approach to Stoic philosophy, also highlighted the importance of being a patient and attentive listener. He believed that the ability to listen, observe, and learn from every situation was key to developing understanding and virtue. Epictetus taught that through attentive listening, one could gain insights into the nature of things and the workings of the world. In the poetic realm, both Hafez and Rumi, the great Persian poets, celebrated the virtues of humble listening and learning. Rumi particularly stressed the idea of listening deeply, not just with ears, but with the heart. He believed that true understanding and enlightenment came from opening oneself up to the wisdom that permeates the world. Modern psychology and educational theories also support this principle. Active listening is recognized as a crucial skill for effective communication and learning. It involves not just hearing the words spoken, but also understanding the underlying messages and emotions. This skill is seen as foundational in building empathy, understanding, and effective interpersonal relationships. The art of humble listening and learning is, therefore, a principle that transcends time and culture. It is about adopting a posture of openness and humility, recognizing that knowledge and wisdom can come from any source, at any time. It encourages us to be attentive and receptive, not only to the words of others, but also to the lessons offered by our experiences and the world around us. This principle fosters a lifetime of continuous learning and personal growth. Principle 3. Embracing failures and finding opportunities in adversity is a core tenet of Stoic philosophy and is echoed in various wisdom traditions, emphasizing the importance of resilience and growth in the face of challenges. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, held the belief that adversity is not just an inevitable part of life, but also a valuable opportunity for personal growth. Marcus Aurelius, in his contemplative writings, often discusses the idea that obstacles and setbacks are natural and should be embraced as part of the human experience. He saw each challenge as an opportunity to practice virtues like patience, resilience, and fortitude. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, also placed great value on the lessons learned from hardship. He famously said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." This quote encapsulates the Stoic belief that just as physical exercise strengthens the body, mental and emotional challenges fortify the mind. Seneca encouraged embracing difficulties as a means to develop a stronger, more resilient character. Epictetus, known for his practical approach to Stoicism, often spoke about the importance of using adversity as a tool for self-improvement. He believed that our reactions to challenging situations define our character, and by facing difficulties with courage and clarity, we can turn them into opportunities for personal development. In the realm of poetry, both Hafez and Rumi spoke about the transformative power of adversity. Rumi, in particular, is known for his views on the importance of embracing life's challenges. He famously wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." This metaphor beautifully captures the idea that it is through our struggles and pain that we often find growth, wisdom, and enlightenment. Modern psychology supports this Stoic perspective on adversity. Research in the field of positive psychology, for example, has shown that facing and overcoming challenges can lead to personal growth, increased resilience, and improved well-being. This concept is known as post-traumatic growth, where individuals find positive psychological changes as a result of struggling with highly challenging life circumstances. Embracing failures and finding opportunities in adversity is a principle that teaches us to view challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as valuable opportunities for growth and learning. It encourages a mindset where we do not fear failure, but rather embrace it as an integral part of our journey towards self-improvement and personal mastery. This approach leads to a life of resilience, strength, and continual growth. Principle 4, the true essence of wealth, explores a profound aspect of Stoic philosophy and wisdom from other traditions, focusing on redefining what constitutes true richness in life. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus shared a common understanding that wealth goes beyond material possessions. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently emphasized the value of inner virtues over external riches. He believed that true wealth was found in one's character and virtue, not in their physical possessions or status. This perspective invites us to consider the richness of our lives, not in terms of what we own, but in terms of who we are. Seneca, another Stoic thinker, often wrote about the dangers of pursuing external wealth to the detriment of the soul. He believed that true happiness and wealth are found within oneself, and reliance on external things for happiness is a path to dissatisfaction. Seneca's teachings encourage us to seek fulfillment and richness in our own personal growth and inner peace. Epictetus, known for his emphasis on the control of one's own mind and emotions, also touched upon the concept of true wealth. He taught that external possessions are not within our control and thus should not be the source of our happiness or sense of worth. Epictetus advised finding contentment and wealth in things that are within our control, such as our thoughts, actions, and reactions. The poetic voices of Hafez and Rumi also echo this sentiment. Rumi, in particular, spoke about the transient nature of material possessions and the enduring value of love and spiritual fulfillment. He believed that the wealth of the soul was far superior to any material riches. Modern psychology and philosophy continue to explore this concept. Studies in happiness and well-being often find that after basic needs are met, increased material wealth does not necessarily correlate with increased happiness. This supports the Stoic view that true wealth lies not in material accumulation but in intangible qualities like contentment, inner peace, and meaningful relationships. The true essence of wealth thus invites us to reevaluate our understanding of richness. It encourages us to find wealth not in our external possessions, but in our internal virtues, relationships, and the quality of our experiences. This principle guides us toward a more fulfilling and genuinely prosperous life, free from the endless pursuit of external validation. Principle 5. The beauty and contentment of simplicity resonates deeply with Stoic philosophy, echoing a timeless message about the virtues of a simple life. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often emphasized the beauty of living a life unburdened by excess and complexity. He advocated for a focus on the essentials, finding joy and satisfaction in simple pleasures and daily tasks. Aurelius believed that a tranquil life could be achieved by reducing desires and focusing on what is truly important. His teachings encourage us to appreciate the simplicity in our lives and find contentment in it. Seneca, another renowned Stoic philosopher, also spoke about the value of simplicity. He cautioned against the endless pursuit of wealth and luxury, highlighting that true happiness comes from a peaceful mind. Seneca's works often reflect the idea that a simple life, free from the entrapments of excess and greed, leads to greater peace and fulfillment. Epictetus, known for his practical and straightforward approach to Stoicism, echoed similar sentiments. He taught that freedom and happiness are achieved not through acquiring more, but through desiring less. By simplifying our lives and our desires, we gain control over our happiness and reduce the power external circumstances have over us. The concept of simplicity is also beautifully articulated in the poetry of Hafez and Rumi. Rumi, in particular, often spoke about the joy and beauty found in simple things. He believed that the complexities of life often distract us from the true essence of happiness, and that simplicity brings us closer to the profound truths of existence. Modern psychology and lifestyle philosophies also support the idea that simplicity leads to greater happiness and contentment. Minimalism, for example, is a modern movement that advocates for a simplified lifestyle, emphasizing that less is more. Research in the field of positive psychology has shown that reducing clutter and focusing on essential aspects of life can lead to increased well-being and reduced stress. The beauty and contentment of simplicity is a principle that invites us to reevaluate our priorities and redefine our understanding of what brings true happiness. It encourages us to embrace a simpler lifestyle, find joy in small things, and cultivate contentment from within. By focusing on simplicity, we open ourselves to a more peaceful, fulfilling, and meaningful life. Principle 6. Acknowledging mortality and letting go of control touches on a fundamental Stoic teaching about accepting the inevitability of death and the limits of our control, a concept that has been explored by philosophers and poets alike. Marcus Aurelius, a figurehead in Stoic philosophy, often reflected on mortality in his writings. He believed that an awareness of our mortality could be a source of strength and perspective rather than fear. Aurelius wrote about the transient nature of life, urging us to focus on living in accordance with virtue and making the most of the present moment. He taught that by acknowledging the inevitability of death, we can free ourselves from the trivial worries of daily life and focus on what truly matters. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, similarly emphasized the importance of understanding and accepting our mortality. He believed that this acceptance allows us to live a more authentic and meaningful life. For Seneca, the realization that life is finite was a call to live fully and purposefully, without undue concern for things beyond our control. Epictetus, known for his straightforward teachings, also stressed the significance of focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. He taught that worrying about death, which is beyond our control, only leads to unnecessary distress. Instead, Epictetus encouraged us to focus on living a virtuous life, which is within our power. The theme of mortality and the acceptance of life's impermanence are also present in the works of the Persian poets Hafez and Rumi. Rumi, in particular, spoke of life and death as part of a larger, continuous journey. He saw death not as an end, but as a transformation and a return to the essence of existence. In modern times, this principle is supported by various psychological approaches and philosophies, that emphasize the importance of living in the present and accepting life as it is. Mindfulness, for instance, encourages an awareness and acceptance of the present moment, including the acceptance of life's impermanent nature. Acknowledging mortality and letting go of control is a principle that encourages us to embrace the inevitable truth of our own mortality and the limitations of our control over life. It teaches us to focus on the present, live purposefully, and find peace in the understanding that some things are beyond our control. This acceptance can lead to a more fulfilled and meaningful life, free from the anxiety of trying to control the uncontrollable. Principle 7, diversifying dreams, is a concept that, while not directly addressed in traditional Stoic texts, aligns with the broader Stoic ethos of resilience, adaptability, and personal growth. It speaks to the idea of broadening one's aspirations and not limiting oneself to a single path or goal. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, often emphasize the importance of adaptability and flexibility in life. Marcus Aurelius, in his Reflections, spoke about the ability to adjust one's course and adapt to the changing circumstances of life. He believed in the power of the human mind to embrace different opportunities and challenges, suggesting that our dreams and goals could also be subject to this flexible approach. Seneca, known for his practical wisdom, would likely have seen the value in diversifying one's aspirations as a way to build resilience against life's unpredictabilities. He often discussed the concept of fortune, emphasizing that external circumstances can be fickle and out of our control. By having a diverse set of dreams and goals, we can better navigate the ebbs and flows of fortune. Epictetus, with his focus on what is within our control, might have advocated for diversifying dreams as a way to manage our aspirations within the realm of our own actions and choices. He taught that while we cannot control external events, we can control our goals and how we pursue them. In the realm of poetry, both Hafez and Rumi have expressed ideas that resonate with the principle of diversifying dreams. Rumi, particularly, spoke about the journey of life in various forms and the multiple paths one can take in the pursuit of joy and fulfillment. He believed in embracing life's myriad experiences and opportunities. Modern psychological and motivational theories also support the idea of having diverse aspirations. It is often suggested that having multiple interests and goals can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life. It allows individuals to explore different aspects of their personality and capabilities, which can lead to greater personal growth and satisfaction. Diversifying dreams encourages us not to put all our hopes and efforts into a single goal or path. Instead, it invites us to explore a variety of aspirations and pursuits, enriching our life experience and enhancing our ability to adapt to change. This approach aligns with the Stoic emphasis on flexibility and resilience, and it offers a more dynamic and fulfilling way to navigate life's journey. Principle 8. The futility of guilt reflects a significant aspect of Stoic philosophy, which focuses on rational thinking and emotional control. This principle delves into the idea that harboring guilt is often an unproductive emotion that hinders personal growth and well-being. Marcus Aurelius, a key figure in Stoicism, did not directly address guilt in his meditations, but his teachings on rational thought and self-reflection are relevant to this principle. He believed in examining one's thoughts and actions critically and constructively, rather than indulging in unproductive emotions. Aurelius advocated for a rational approach to one's feelings and experiences, which aligns with the concept of understanding the futility of guilt and moving beyond it. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, often discussed the importance of managing emotions and avoiding the trap of negative feelings that can lead to inner turmoil. He would likely have considered guilt as a disruptive emotion that hinders rational thinking and reasoned action. Seneca's teachings encourage us to focus on what we can learn from our experiences rather than being caught up in feelings of guilt. Epictetus, known for his practical approach to Stoicism, taught that we should focus on what is within our control and let go of what is not. Guilt, often tied to past actions or events outside our current control, can be seen as an unnecessary burden in this light. Epictetus would advocate for acknowledging past mistakes, but then moving forward with a focus on what can be done in the present. The theme of moving beyond guilt is also found in the works of the Persian poets Hafez and Rumi. Rumi, for instance, spoke of the importance of self-forgiveness and looking forward rather than being anchored in the past. His poetry encourages embracing the present moment and the possibilities it offers rather than being weighed down by past regrets or guilt. In modern psychology, the concept of guilt is often addressed in the context of mental health and emotional well-being. It is recognized that while guilt can be a natural response to certain situations, dwelling on it can be detrimental to one's mental health. Contemporary psychological approaches advocate for processing guilt in a healthy way, learning from it, and then moving on, rather than allowing it to become a source of ongoing distress. The futility of guilt is a principle that teaches us the importance of understanding guilt as an often unproductive emotion. It encourages us to learn from our past actions, but not be constrained by them. By acknowledging the limitations of guilt and focusing on positive actions and rational thought, we can move towards a more balanced and constructive state of mind. This principle aligns with Stoic teachings on emotional control and rationality, offering a path to greater emotional freedom and personal growth. Principle 9, surround yourself with positivity, echoes a timeless message emphasized by Stoic philosophers and various wisdom traditions. It speaks to the profound impact our environment, particularly the people we associate with, has on our mindset and well-being. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the importance of surrounding oneself with good company. He believed in the influence of our associates on our character and the necessity of choosing companions who inspire us to be our best selves. Aurelius taught that the company we keep acts as a mirror to our own souls, thus highlighting the need to be selective and intentional in our relationships. Seneca, another renowned Stoic philosopher, also emphasized the value of positive associations. He advocated for spending time with people who enrich our lives, offering wisdom, support, and good influence. Seneca believed that our character is shaped not only by our actions, but also by the company we keep, reinforcing the idea that positive relationships are crucial for personal growth and happiness. Epictetus, with his practical approach to Stoicism, underscored the significance of focusing on what we can control in our lives. This includes the choice of our social circle. He taught that we should strive to associate with people who embody the virtues we wish to cultivate in ourselves, as their positive influence can guide us on the path to self-improvement. In the realm of poetry, both Hafez and Rumi have expressed thoughts that resonate with this principle. Rumi particularly spoke about the impact of relationships on the soul and the importance of surrounding oneself with love and positivity. He believed that our companions greatly influence our journey towards spiritual and emotional growth. Modern psychology and social science also support the idea that the people we surround ourselves with significantly affect our mental and emotional health. Research has shown that positive social connections can improve our well-being, increase our resilience, and even affect our longevity. Positive relationships provide support, reduce stress, and contribute to a sense of belonging and happiness. Surround yourself with positivity is a principle that encourages us to be mindful of the company we keep. It suggests that by choosing to associate with positive, supportive, and inspiring individuals, we can foster a more positive outlook on life, cultivate better habits, and grow in our personal and emotional lives. This principle aligns with Stoic teachings on the importance of environment and relationships in shaping our character and life experience. Principle 10, the duty of action, resonates deeply with the core teachings of Stoicism, emphasizing the importance of not just contemplation, but also the practical application of one's beliefs and values through action. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, often emphasized the importance of action in his writings. He believed that it was not enough to merely think about or understand virtue. One must also live it. Aurelius often discussed the concept of duty, stressing that we are each responsible for playing our part in the world, and this responsibility is fulfilled through action. He encouraged living a life of purpose, where actions reflect one's principles and contribute positively to the greater good. Seneca, another leading figure in Stoicism, also highlighted the significance of active engagement in life. He taught that philosophy is not just a subject to be studied, but a guide to be lived. For Seneca, the true test of one's character and beliefs lies in their actions. He believed that wisdom becomes meaningful when it is applied, urging us to take what we learn and use it to make a positive difference in our lives and the lives of others. Epictetus, known for his practical approach to Stoic philosophy, placed great emphasis on the idea of control and action. He taught that while we cannot control external events, we can control our actions and reactions. Epictetus urged his followers to focus on their agency and to actively work towards living a virtuous life, reinforcing the idea that actions speak louder than words. In the poetic realm, both Hafez and Rumi have echoed similar sentiments about the importance of action. Rumi, in particular, spoke about the need to put love and knowledge into action. He believed that true understanding is demonstrated through how one lives and interacts with the world, emphasizing that spiritual and emotional growth requires active engagement and not just contemplation. Modern psychology and behavioral sciences also support the importance of action in personal development and well-being. Research in areas such as behavioral activation therapy shows that engaging in meaningful activities can significantly impact one's mental health, reinforcing the Stoic belief in the value of action. The duty of action is a principle that encourages us to move beyond passive reflection and into active participation in life. It teaches us that true understanding and wisdom are demonstrated through our actions. This principle aligns with Stoic teachings on the importance of living one's philosophy and contributing positively to the world through deliberate and purposeful action. Principle 11, overcoming hate with indifference, draws from the Stoic philosophy's core teachings on emotional resilience and the power of a composed response to negativity. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, often wrote about the importance of maintaining inner peace in the face of external turmoil. He believed that one should not allow the actions or words of others to disturb this peace. Aurelius advocated for a kind of emotional detachment or indifference in response to hate and negativity, emphasizing that we have the power to choose how we react to external stimuli. He taught that maintaining composure and equanimity in the face of hostility is a sign of strength and self-control. Seneca, another renowned Stoic thinker, also discussed the concept of emotional resilience. He believed in the importance of not being swayed by the opinions or actions of others, particularly those driven by negative emotions like hate. For Seneca, true freedom comes from being in control of one's emotions and reactions, suggesting that the best response to hate is not retaliation, but reasoned indifference. Epictetus, known for his teachings on the dichotomy of control, echoed similar sentiments. He taught that we should concern ourselves only with things within our control, such as our actions and reactions, and maintain a sense of detachment towards things beyond our control, including the negative opinions or actions of others. Epictetus would argue that responding to hate with indifference is a way of asserting control over our emotional well-being. The principle is also reflected in the poetic works of Hafez and Rumi. Rumi, in particular, often spoke about rising above pettiness and negativity. He believed in responding to hatred or misunderstanding with a higher level of consciousness, where one is not dragged down by the negativity of others. In modern psychological practice, this principle aligns with concepts of emotional regulation and resilience. Contemporary psychology acknowledges the power of responding to negativity with a calm and measured approach. The practice of mindfulness, for example, teaches the value of observing one's emotional responses without being overwhelmed by them, thereby allowing for a more considered and less reactive response to negative situations. Overcoming hate with indifference is a principle that encourages emotional maturity and resilience. It teaches us to maintain our inner peace and equilibrium in the face of negativity and hostility. By choosing indifference over retaliation or emotional turmoil, we assert control over our emotional state and maintain our dignity and self-respect. This principle aligns with the Stoic belief in the power of self-control and rational response to external challenges. As we close this chapter together, remember that the journey through life is not just about facing what comes our way, but how we choose to respond to it. In the words of the Stoics, our power lies not in the events themselves, but in our reactions to them. Embrace these teachings. Let them guide you through the storms of life, and watch how they transform not just your actions, but your very soul. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." So, rise above, my friends, with grace and strength. Before you go, don't forget to check out the playlists on the screen, Stoic Life Lessons and Stoic Habits. Dive deeper into the wisdom of the Stoics and let these timeless principles enrich your daily life in ways you never imagined. Until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, and keep living the Stoic way. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay with the Creator.